Welcome back. It is the final of the Huntington Beach Longboard Classic, and we are here for the Lexus US Open of Surfing, presented by Pacifico. Rachael Tilley, joined by Soleil Errico. It's the battle of the world champion. For Tilley about to drop in, and this is what we caught up with in the break color.
Yeah, Rachael Tilley here. She's got a 2.83 on this opening ride. Just a small wave, just an opener, get those jitters out. She does get a little bit of tip time on that inside reform section, but she's definitely going to be looking for something quite larger than this.
But here we go, action beginning. The first wave of substance. Soleil Errico up on the nose. Touch of the 10. The aim of the game is to surf the whole length of the board, tail to the nose. Gets the drop knee. Variation in the repertoire here for Errico as she works her way through the inside. This wave petering off. Incredible that she's able to balance and trim through here, but most of the scoring done on the outside, helping with the balance.
Yeah, and here's a replay of Soleil. She gets that 5 to 10. Also a little arch there, some body English. Throwing the arms up to distribute weight back into that cut back. Throws the drop knee. We're going to have some scores drop here just a second.
Has been her inner wheelhouse this whole event. Here she goes up to the nose of that quick footwork. Cuts it into the bowl. Works this one around. Nice bowl. Nice wall here. Up on the nose again. Variation. And finishes on her feet. So that's going to be a great wave of significance there. Soleil dropped to 5. I feel like this might be a bit higher color.
Control, but she holds it with this kind of style, arching back. Right in there, you see the board kind of start to want to slide out, but she holds her ground. Brings it back into the white water. You know, she's careful with her arms. Yes, she does use her arms. Her arms do come up. I think what we were talking about, nice 5 there, when we're talking about arms, it's not that the arms aren't being used, it's that they're intentional.
Could be an occurrence here. We've had the marine layer on the outside, so sea breeze hasn't got up too much. Tilley paddling for this. She'll be stoked. Already out into an early lead, trimming through the midsection. That Josh Martin board snapping back into the pocket. Barely putting a foot wrong throughout the event so far. She's kicked off this final in excellent fashion. We'll have to wait and see. Will this score put Soleil almost in a combination situation? It may be the case, Carl.
On the inside here, we'll see it right. She gives a quick 2 steps to the nose and hits that 5, comes from around that little white water. She sets it up so that she can bring that cut back into the white water and then rebound it back around. Now she's looking for that little inside reform as the tide gets lower, as you mentioned. Sometimes that's going to change things up, but she does get that little tip time. She gets 2 little more tip times on that reform.
This is something similar that Soleil will need, but this is Rachael Tilley up again. Current heat leader. The lower tide this time. Took off earlier on the high tide and tapping that one off the top. Looking to drop a low of a 6.33, and she stays with it solid on her feet and kicks out. And that was another completed wave there for Rachael.
She just hasn't found the opportunity where Rachel's kind of working the peak inside out, and she's just finding opportunity all up and down the peak and just improving every time she gets her feet. It's just really competitively it's great, but also the surfing that she's doing is impeccable.
Absolutely. That hang 10, that generational push behind us, it's not so much prevalent anymore. Soleil Errico, that's someone who's got great people in her corner and goes down. 4 minutes to go. Doesn't matter who's in your corner, it's up to her now. With priority, Rachael, 2015 world champ, has not won a US Open of surfing before. Here she goes, 15 seconds. Will this be the victory lap for Rachael Tilley? Carving this one around. Stable footwork in the last 10 seconds. Eyes up this section. Goes up. Stabilizes. Steps forward. She feels it. Knows that Soleil isn't going to get a wave. And that emotion of winning one of the most prestigious awards in the longboard world has just become a reality. Tilley takes the win here at the Lexus US Open of Surfing, presented by Pacifico, embraced by her partner there, and they'll chair her up the beach, hopefully onto the stage.
Is that her partner or her brother? That's her brother.
Is her brother, Michael?
Michael has been around these events with her, has been one of her biggest supporters. You can tell they have just such a good sibling love between them. A nice hug there, and congrats from Soleil. It was a well-deserved win for Rachael Tilley. Had Soleil had the opportunity to kind of snag one of those waves, it definitely would have been a different scenario.
I love these moments. To me, this is like where the emotion comes through, the goosebumps, recognizing your hard work paying off and being a US Open champion. I mean, this is obviously a dream for Rachael, winning just 40 miles from her home beach.
Absolutely. Heartwarming scenes here. Rachael Silly, our 2024 Huntington Beach Longboard Classic champion.